Happy Sunday. Hello. How are ya? So, I have to go to work today, but we're gonna do a Valentine's Day look anyways. So, my plan, I have these. So um, I'm going to attempt to put these on my eye and then do my eyeshadow over them and then take them off and hope that this works and they do the void in the heart shape. I hope. So if you've ever wondered how I do the little stencil thing, this is how I do it. I'm also having a decent brow day. I mean, they ain't exactly even, but I'll take it. So, hang on, let me make sure. As you can tell, I am not a professional. So if you're new here, this is Mentally Unstable Makeup. I am your host, Unstable Tony. And I am not a makeup artist in any way, shape, or form. I just love makeup. It is therapeutic for me. And I talk about my crazy, chaotic, freaking mental health state and my special needs son who is heavily involved in the system that is broken. But today, it's going to be a lighter note. I'm going to do a Valentine's Day makeup because why the fuck not? Plus, I haven't done one yet. So, all right. So, I have these little tiny tweezers, and that's just to help me with some of, because some of these are itty tiny. So, I'm hoping that they'll help me be able to place them where I want them. I'm thinking of doing almost like a graphic liner type, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. My palette that I'm going to use is the Glam Like Cake palette. Just because, for one, it's freaking beautiful and I love it. If you don't have any Glam Light, you need to get you some. But for two, because it has a lot of like pinks and burgundies and all of that in it. I also am going to try to use some of my Give Me Glow new shadows. So we'll see what actually ends up happening. I try to make like a plan and then it never goes the way that it looked in my head. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Oh, there's my comments. Veronica! Gosh, girl, I miss your face so bad. I miss your face. Remember when we used to do these together? Okay, so I'm going to start with the itty bitty bitty tiny heart. And this is the hardest thing is because my eye shapes are different and I have hooded eyes if you can't tell. So I'm going to have to bring these up above where my crease is. Otherwise, when I open my eyes, it's going to just disappear. So this is going to be up higher. Here's my crease. Here's where my little hood sits. So I'm going to have to bring it up like in this area, if that makes any sense. I'm using the Give Me Glow Vivid Rose. I almost used that one. I almost grabbed that one. Okay, so I'm using these teeny tiny tweezers just because, yep, I'm old and I'm shaky. And I hope that it sticks. I do have concealer on. That is what I use as eye primer. So what my goal is to alternate between small, big, small, big, small, big, small, big, small, big, until I get to the end. At least in my head, that is how it was going to go. We'll see what ends up happening. But, anyways, as you can tell, I'm not a professional or a makeup artist, and so a lot of times I don't know what the hell to say or talk about while I'm doing this. So there may be quite a bit of like silent air because of the fact that it's really hard to talk and do makeup at the same time. So I don't really care about the color of hearts that's going on here because, like I said, I'm going to just take them off at the end. I'm more so trying to make sure, Gina! I'm more so trying to make sure that the placement of where they go is what I want. And these are just some cheap-ass stickers that come from Walmart, like back in the crafting section, like the scrapbooking section area, whatever. I think they were like $1.30. I have to know if your sister made that labyrinth worm. She did! Do you want to see it, Gina? Isn't she talented? I mean, it's kind of creepy, don't get me wrong, but she is very avid about detail. She's so fucking talented. So my sister got all the talent in the family. She can sing, she can play musical instruments, she can crochet, she's an artist. Like, she got all of that. I'm a little bitter about it, if we're being honest. And normally I have that worm, in my dining room where I have like the labyrinth shrine. But the cat keeps attacking it. So, Candace! Message her, she might make you one. I know it took her a really long time. Because like I said, she's very detail oriented. So I'm trying to be careful about the placement of these because, like I said, I kind of want it to look like a graphic liner. I don't know how well this is going to do because these stickers aren't the most sticky. Girl, have you seen your makeup? You are talented. Also, I mean, yeah, now that I got on her. She can't do makeup for shit. So I definitely got that on her. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing over here and hope that it ends up somewhat matching. This is so hard to do sometimes because of the fact that my eyes are different shapes. So getting them together is really hard. As you stick hearts on your face to create something epic, it's either going to be epic or an epic fail. So we'll find out together. And what's even funnier is no matter what it ends up looking like, I got to go to work like this. So it is what it is. So for my brows, I used Fenty's Underrated liquid lipstick so that I could color my brows, and it went on super easy. And because Fenty, once this dries down, it will not come off until tonight when I have to scrub, and even then sometimes I really got to scrub. So I'm so happy to see you today. Oh, Gina, thanks. It's been this one. Oh, I just poked myself in the eye. This one's not sticking very well. I'm going to have to be careful when I brush, when I go to blend, because these might fall right the fuck off. This might be an epic fail. So it snowed here last night, which is shocking. We don't normally get a whole lot of snow. And next weekend is supposed to be a big ass snowstorm too. So this should be interesting. I lived in Michigan, and in Michigan we get snow. But down here in North Carolina, they get ice slush. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not It's not your typical snow. And so, like, people freak out down here, but rightfully so, because it's not the same kind of snow. Okay, so it doesn't like wing out as much as the other side, but again, my eye shapes are different. So we're gonna have to just deal with it. I haven't had crap for snow this year in Utah. Does Utah usually get a lot of snow? Can you tell I'm not a geography major? We were in the 90s like 2 days ago. Wow, Erica. I'm coming to North Carolina, September for a wedding. Sweet. It's beautiful here. I used to hate it here when I was younger, but then I realized it wasn't that I hate it here. It's that I hate some of the people. But then I became an introvert, and so it's no big deal. All right. Fingers crossed. I mean, they feel like they're stuck on there. I think instead of doing like windshield wipers or like the circles like I normally do, I think I'm going to have to like dab. So, yes, we have a ton of ski resorts. Wow. I'm going to have to, I want to travel. Like, I don't have the money to travel, but like, I don't know. I want to go places and see different things. Yep, it's that time of Texas 30s in the morning and 70s by lunch. Ugh. That sucks because, man, layers. Okay, so I want to go into one of the lightest shades first. So the lightest one in this palette is going to be this raspberry, and it's really not even that light, but it's this super pinky, pinky, pinky. And I'm just using a big, fluffy blending brush. Whoa, wait a minute, Amber. We are in New Jersey, and they swore it didn't really snow here. Lies, we are in the middle of a major drop now and had 11 inches. Girl, I have a couch. You and the family are always, oh, thanks. I need to travel. I really do. But, I mean, I don't have the money to travel. Like, let's just be honest. Traveling's expensive. So, I'm going to try to concentrate this shade, because it's the lighter one, more towards the top. And if you notice, I got a big fluffy brush, and that's because I don't mind if it kind of goes down a little bit, because I'm trying to create like almost an ombre. So I want it to kind of come down. Always snow in New Jersey, New York. You can have all 4 seasons in one day. I mean, North Carolina's like that too. Like, we'll have 20 in the morning, snow, and then by lunchtime it melts, and then it's like 60. North Carolina's weather is crazy. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to keep this outer corner as kind of like wingy, pointy. Why am I blurry? Blurry. Okay. I don't want a round shape. I want a pointy tail. So I'm going to try to keep this pointy. Everyone told us that it only ever got a light dusting where we are. This is the 3rd major storm in a year. Wow. The weather's been crazy. The year's been crazy. Everything's been crazy. Okay, so y'all see how I did that? Light pigment, and I'm just kind of pressing it. So this look might not be as blended of a look as I kind of like, but I think with the voided heart shapes, it's not going to be like super awkward looking. Or at least that's my hope. Have you guys done Valentine's looks yet? I know some of y'all have. I've seen where you posted them. So I'm just patting, and basically like pressing the pigment in. to try to control where it goes and to try to not knock off the stickers. No, but this is making me want to do one. Candace, do it, do it, do it, do it. Okay. Where did you get the heart stickers? From Walmart, back in the crafting section. Anne-Marie! Okay, so for the next color, I'm going to still go down in the size of my brush because I do that anytime I go down in my eye. But instead of like a big fluffy type of brush, I'm going to use more of like a packing brush just because, again, I'm not doing a whole lot of like blend work. I'm trying to press the pigment in. And I'm going to go into the next darker shade, which is this shade right here. It's called Cranberry. And it's kind of like a burgundy almost. It's still pink, but it's a little bit darker. And hopefully it stays that shade on my eye because sometimes shades will look one color in the pan and another on your eye. Girl, I have been trying more to do. I've seen your little hearts and stuff. I saw that. They're so freaking cute, Gina. You're doing great. Keep it up, girl. Keep it up. So if you notice, I'm putting this down a little bit. She said, also, I need that palette. You do need this palette. This palette's really, really, really good. The shimmers are special. There's some really special shimmers in here. So if you notice, I'm keeping this more on the bottom portion. And the shades look similar, but I promise to you they're different. Oh, this is that cake palette. I just won one. You did! You're going to love it. Glamlight is an amazing brand. They really are. Their shadows are super, super pigmented. Their shimmers are really, really good. I definitely, definitely, definitely recommend Glamlight. There's about 5 or so brands that I'm really loving right now, and I have for a while. That it makes it a little bit harder for me to even try another brand at this point because I fall in love with formula first. And then, of course, I'm a package whore, so, you know, packaging is a plus, too. I love that palette. So pretty, and it blends so good. It does. It does. It does. Okay, so now I'm going to go into Red Velvet, which is this dark red. So I'm keeping the same kind of process that I would if I was just doing a regular look. The only difference is I'm not being a stickler for blending. Lucy said what brands? So Menagerie, Kaleidos, Jeffree Star, Glamlight, and Give Me Glow. Those are in my top ones right now. But if you saw my post earlier, I'm kind of running out of shelf space. And so I am trying to make the decision on whether I need to buy another shelf or purge some of my makeup and stop buying more, which is probably not going to happen. Blends, my fingers don't type very well. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Have you tried the Rude palette that came in Lashy Box? I was impressed. So Rude, it reminds me of, and don't come for me, of BH Cosmetics, because some of theirs are super good and some of them are kind of meh. So I haven't got my Lashy Box yet for this month, but I have some of their other palettes that have come in the subscription, and they've been really good. So Rude is one of those. I don't know if I'd ever like actually physically purchase a palette from them, just because they are hit and miss. But I love that I get them a lot of the times in my lashy box. Does that make sense? Deidre says shelf. Yes. Okay, so if you notice, I've kind of gone down, deepened it up as I went. I think this was January's box. This month's is a nude brown palette. Ooh. I probably did. I may not have even touched it. Sometimes when I get little tiny palettes like that, Gina, I won't even try them a lot of the times just because I have other palettes that have similar shades in them. And as you can tell, I'm collecting quite the little collection here. So a lot of times I won't even try them. My next purchase is going to be from Give Me Glow. Yes, do it, girl. Do it. You won't be disappointed. Okay, so I'm going to take a small rounded brush, and I put a little bit of the NYX glitter glue on the back of my hand. And I'm going to take about half the amount that's on my hand, and I'm going to really dig it into this brush just to evenly coat it. And then I'm going to put it on my eye where I want that shimmer to really pop and stick. This will take off some of your shadow, but again, it doesn't really matter because you're getting ready to put a shimmer on top of it anyways. And then I'm going to do the same thing, go into it. And I do this so that I don't get like a big glop of the glitter glue, because wherever you put this, she gonna stick to it. And once you use this, you can't really blend out the shadow very well. It's gonna stick to it. Like she gonna be on there. So, okay. When you opened your mystery box from them, I was like, oh girl, yes. And I'm getting ready to use a shade. So I want to go into this. So it's a rose gold. It's one of their new ones. Hang on, let me try to pull it out. It is Rose's Remix. And it's a beautiful like rose gold. I'm using the same exact brush. I still dust off. And I'm just going to press it all over where I put that glitter glue. Now, because my eyes are hooded, some of this is going to transfer up anyways into my crease and onto the top part of my hood. And that's just the curse of the hooded eyes. So if you notice, I'll go ahead and kind of put some of it up there anyways, just because, I mean, it's gonna transfer up there. That's sort of just, it's just gonna happen. So I try to press some up in there just a little bit above my crease, just to make it look like it was intentional, like I meant for it to be up there. Same thing on the other side. And I'm just trying to cover up all of that glitter glue. You can use your finger too if you want to. I have a very hard time using my finger because I can't control where it goes when I use my finger. So that's why I use a brush. Okay. Now, I'm going to go into, I also got this by Give Me Glow. And it is Ruby Rose, which is this really dark red. Reds are hard for me because almost all reds end up looking pink on me. So I was hoping that this was not going to be pink. But it's a much darker, it's got like a black underbase to it. So I'm just going to take a little fluffy brush, if I can find it. A little small fluffy brush. Oh, she pigmented. And I'm just going to kind of dab this right on the outer edge a little bit. And I'll show you why I'm going to do that. And like I said before, she gonna get real stuck in that glitter glue, but it's okay. And the reason I'm gonna do that is because I'm gonna take that shade down on my waterline. So I put a little bit of it in the corner, and hang on, because I just flung a bunch into my eyeball. Woo! Told you. Woo! Be sure you're really dusting off, because that flung right into my eyeball. And this right here is a lot of times when my eyes start to really water, and it's because I accidentally flung some of the shadow like directly into my fucking eye. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my cake palette. And I'm going to grab that very first shade that I used on that same exact brush, which was that raspberry, that light pink. And I'm just going to gently, towards the bottom of where I put that red, just to blend it out. Okay? Moment of truth. All right. Ready to see if this worked? Fingers crossed. She is. She's very red, but she's kind of a shimmery red. Not a matte red, which I wish she was matte, but if you ever blend away a shade, you can always add it back. Except for then it gets in your eye. Okay, here we go. Oh. Oh. Guys, it worked. Ow! That was my lid. Victory! Victory! I'm so happy that worked. Hang on, my crown's falling. I gotta fix my crown. Okay. I'm just kind of using this to pull up, and then once I've got it pulled up, I just pinch and grab it off. Mother, father. There we go. I can't read comments and do this. I'm sorry. So I love this, but at the same time, I want to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. So I have, if I can find it, because this one's too big. I need to find my little tiny pokey. There it is. Okay, so you see this little tiny itsy bitsy brush? Okay, so I am going to now take if I can find it. Holy snikes. There it is. This is Jeffree Star in Drug Lord. And I'm just going to take it, just a tip, Gina. Just a tip. And I'm just going to kind of connect the dots. Looks like sprinkles now. I want a donut. Okay. I'm going to wipe that same brush off. I'm going to grab, it is, Are You Filming? Cindy said she wants to be me when she grows up. You are me. Speaking of which, if you have not noticed, little Miss Cindy started her own group. It's Makeup with Wrinkles. So if you want to see more Cindy, go check it out. I can't talk and do this at the same time. I'm sorry. I can't talk right now. I'm doing hot girl shit. Okay. I'm going to wipe that one off. I'm going to go with Girl Crush by Sugar Pill. Oh, she got chunky piece. Let me get that off. And depending on how hard you press, depends on how big and small the little dots are going to be. Hang on, the brush is getting too big. Okay, so I want little tiny ones. So I have this Color Pop. It's actually green, but if you wipe the tip off, you can coat it with another shade. And that way I can get these smaller dots that I want. And then, of course, you just wipe the tip off. It will stain it a little bit, but I don't ever use this for the green. I use it for the tip, if that makes any sense. If I ever need like a green like that, I'll use green liquid lip. And of course, you can't have this without glitter. So I have this like glitter goals by NYX, and this is like super old, okay? So I really have to like dig in there. I need to get some more glitter, but I haven't found one that I love. I do like this. But she can be finicky sometimes. And it kind of hurts to take it off. Like you get scratchy. You get real scratchy. Thank you. It's fun. Might be getting a little too busy at this point. See, if you notice, I keep having to dip back into it. All right. So I want highlighter now. And I want my inner corner to really be blinding. Oh, Cindy, thank you. So I'm going to go into... That is Give Me Glow. Again, it's called Icicle. So I'm going to get my little small inner corner eye brush, which is just a tiny little fluffy brush. I'm going to spray it with my Morphe setting spray. And then if that doesn't give me the pop that I want, I will add the NYX glitter glue into the inner corner and and then put it on. So I'm going to start with this and then see what kind of intensity I can get out of it. Oh, okay. Okay. Give Me Glow never disappoints. Never disappoints. There are times that I will have to use glitter glue just to zhuzh up the intensity, but I love Give Me Glow. Urban Decay has some really awesome glitter liners, but a little spendy just for one. I really love the Stila, but they dry out in like 2.5 seconds. Holy blinding inner corner Batman. That was the goal. So I'm going to take that same shade and I'm just going to go a little bit above, like underneath. Just a little bit. Trying to be really careful not to get it in my eyebrow. And then I'm also going to take that same shade on a, I think this is supposed to be a contour brush. I don't know. It's from BH Cosmetics. But I'm digging into that same icing and I'm just going to use it as my highlighter. Because why? Because I can. It's so pretty. I'm going to take just the residue off of my beauty blender and just kind of mush that so that it's into my skin and it's blended out. Okay, almost done. Sorry this is taking so long. So for my eyeliner, I'm going to use red. My favorite red eyeliner is by ColourPop. It is the cream gel liners, which are my favorite, in Venus. I love these eyeliners so freaking much. You look fucking hot. Awesome. Thanks. I'm getting there. Trust the journey. Okay. Now I'm going to do eyeliner. I'm thinking about doing lashes. The only problem with that is that I do have to go to work. I may do them anyways. Oh. You can't see that, but that's a giant one of my hairs on my mascara. I have been wanting that, but hasn't. Dude, I'm telling you, Erica, like, it is so frustrating. I stalk ColourPop's site for when it restocks, because I get, like, the big vault set, because it's cheaper than trying to buy, like, individual colors. But that bad boy sells out in 2.5 seconds when it restocks. I even signed up for the notifications or whatever, and I will get the email and then go check, and it's sold out. So it's so frustrating. If you can get your hands on the vault, the big set, do it. It's worth it. Every single one of them's fantastic. I love those liners. Go on so nice and stay. I agree. They're my favorite. And I've tried a couple of different ones, just hoping that, okay, maybe I'll find something, you know, comparable, but I just haven't. Using my new favorite, which is the Pretty Vulgar. And I do this basically to create a shelf to help me put my lashes on. I just find that it's much easier to put my lashes on and get them in the right place of where I want them after I've put mascara on than to try to put them on and then put mascara on. That it just, I don't know. Because then I feel like I'm coating the lashes, the fake ones, and not my lashes instead. I can't talk and read and do this at the same time. I'm sorry. And just because this is such an eccentric, is that right? Since, I don't know, such a look, I'm going to go back into the residue that I had my blush on, and I'm just going to put a little bit more blush just to kind of even out my face. I do it this way too. I found my falsies would get ruined quicker if I tried to put mascara on after. Yeah, and I don't wash my lashes. Like, I don't pay that much for them. And so after a couple of wears, I just throw them away. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. If you do that, more power to you, but I ain't the one. Like, it's too much. Okay. I'm trying to hurry, guys. I'm trying to hurry. So, I don't want to put on some super, super dramatic lashes just because I don't want to cover up what I've done. So, hang on. So my crown keeps falling. I do mascara after I apply lashes. I always wash them when I take them off, though. Okay. I mean, everybody's different. So these are Kiss and Poise, which they just redid their styles, and the new Kiss Poise, I do not like them. But I bought a bunch of the old style from somebody in one of the makeup groups, but when these bad boys are gone, I'm screwed because I've not been able to find a style like this that I like as much as I like these. And another thing that I love about this kind of Kiss lashes, the band is so thin. Like there's barely any band there. And the band that is there is clear. And so when I wear these type of lashes, it's just a softer, more natural looking, hey Dusty, eyelash. I like this shape where it's shorter in the inner corner and then flares out at the end. That's the favorite shape for my eyes. It helps me create that pointy look. What I also do is no matter how big, small, whatever the lash is, each lash, and I don't even know if I don't know how, look at your lashes the next time you do, look at them really close. There's a little plastic piece sticking out on the very corner of this, and I'll just take like little tiny eyelash scissors and I just clip that. And I do that because I have found that makes them even more comfortable so that I don't have that plastic piece like sticking into my eyeball. Okay, so I'm going to take my Kiss Lash Glue. This is clear with aloe. And I probably need to get more because I guarantee you this shit is old. I've reached that point where a lot of the stuff that I really, really like is getting old and expiring. And I kind of need to toss it out. But I like it and I wear it and I don't want to have to buy another one. Thank you, Dusty. Okay, so while my glue is getting tacky, I will take the ends of my lash and I will roll it like this right here. And I do that because I have found that it helps bend to the curvature of my lid much better. So instead of it being flat and sticking out like this, by curving it, I've made it to where it's going to curve to my lid. Gina said she's always tacky. Gina. Okay, so once I've done that for a little bit and I've gotten it tacky, I'm going to get out my trusty tweezers that Cindy bought and then decided she didn't need them, but I love them. So they're shaped like this, and it lets me get up close to my lash line to smush them so that I don't get that gap space in between my lashes. And my trusty technique, I mean, it may or may not work for you, but this is what I do. So I hold the very end of the lash, I bend it up like this, and I hold my head back. So you're getting ready to look all up in my nose. So I got it, I tilt it, I tilt my head back, and I lay it on my lid right above my lashes. I kind of push back a little bit just to make sure that it's touching my actual lid and not just sitting on my lashes. I bought those last year. They are great smushers. They are. Thank you, Veronica. So now I'm taking my fingers and making sure that there's not any glue residue on here. I'm going to take them, just go right up against my lash line. Again, making sure they're on my lid skin, not just on my lash. And I smush. And what you'll see what I'm doing too when I'm smushing is I'm kind of smushing and then curling up so that they go up, not out. One day you should put jelly beans on your nose just to cover it. That's funny. Okay, so push them back to make sure it's on the actual skin, not just on my lashes. And then smush, smush, smush. Have I poked myself in the eye with these before? Yep. If you get any like glue residue or mascara on them, you can just wipe them off with your fingers. But see, they're just very subtle, very natural looking, but they just add that little extra zhuzh. Plus, because this band is so thin, it doesn't have that big thick band on it. Once I get these on, I can't even feel them. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm just trimming that little plastic that sticks out at the end. And then I'm going to do the same exact thing. Going to apply my glue. Sorry this went so long, guys. I know y'all got shit to do. Mine have the black band on them. And that's okay. I mean, I still wear those, the kind with the black band. Now, I won't wear ones that have a really thick black band on them, just because they irritate me. I end up ripping them off. Some of the more dramatic, like the really dramatic lashes, tend to have a thicker band, and that's just because they have to, because they've got so much lash added to it. But they start to annoy me after a while. So a lot of times, these are my go-to, and I hate that they changed the style in them. It's so aggravating. So I'm going to keep my eye at like TJ Maxx, because I feel like anything extra of these, they'll go there. So I look anytime I go there. Again, I'm holding the very, very end. I'm tilting back. I wear the thick and the thin and everything in between. Gina, yes, you do. Okay. So I'm holding the very end, curving back, head back. Place it where I want it. Smush back to make sure it's on my skin, not just sticking on my lashes. Also make sure the placement where I want it is good. Because I just place it on there, it's not super, super, super stuck. So I can always take it up and put it back if I need to. Are those Wispies by Kiss? No, this is Kiss in Poise is the style. I love Kiss lashes though. I have so many. I shouldn't buy any more lashes because I get Lashy Box, but I've not had any from Lashy Box be super thin band like this. Okay, again, so I'm wiping off any residue. I'm taking it, I'm smushing, and I'm kind of curling back. So I smush and kind of do this number. Message me. See, they changed. It's Kiss and Poise, and it's shaped like this, small on the end, and then it flares out at the end, and then the band is super thin. So any that are that style, that's what I'm looking for. The issue is that they still sell the Poise, but they changed the style of it. And I know that because I actually emailed Kiss and was like, hey, I just ordered these off your website and they're completely different. And she, after a couple days, finally responded and was like, yeah, we changed the style of it. And I was like, I don't like that. I have some Kiss with bands like that are Wispies. Okay, next time I go, I'll look at the Wispies to see if Maybe they restyled. I'll check them out. So I'm going to go back with my Bad Gal Bang, and I'm just going to add a little bit more to my bottom lash line. I love the Tarte to add volume, and I love the Bad Gal Bang to add length. And when I'm done, I'm going to show y'all something. So when I first was doing my lower lash line without mascara, did you notice how it looked like it came way far down on my eye? But now that I have the mascara on, it doesn't look like it came super down. That's why I said trust the journey. Just trust the journey. All right, for my lip, I'm going to lip line in the same liner I always use, which is the Ultimate Intense Stay LA Girl. Oh, that's not it. So I have Nonstop Nude and Keep It Spicy, and those are my two favorite. So Keep It Spicy. And I use this to line my lips no matter what shade I'm going to use. If you notice, I line on this ridge. Do you see this white ridge right here? So it's white and it's just above my lip line. And because I line it on that ridge, it's a way of making your lips look fuller without making them look like you drew them on. Sorry, I got super silent. It's hard to do this and talk at the same time. Okay? Now, my favorite. So this is one of the new ones by Hot Ombre. It is Cherry Midnight. And so I'm going to use this, and I'm going to shake it. If you don't have Hot Ombres, you need to get you some. Now, Sarah had some issues with shipping, so just to be cautious. So this is the Midnight shade. I'm going to use the tip. See how it's shaped? I use the tip of it to line my lip. And I just follow that same line that I did the liner. If you notice, I'm really careful. I follow the line. Remember to blink because your eyes will water if you don't blink. So this shade very much reminds me of like the Death Cherry that Melt has. Okay, now I'm going to go into the other side. So this is Midnight, and then I'm going to go into this side, which is Cherry, What do you think of J Star's new shape for the VJ Doe Foot Gloss? I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm very intrigued with that gloss because he said that it is going to transfer, but that, hang on, let me finish this. He said that it is going to transfer because it is a gloss, but, damn it, hang on. I want to see the longevity of it, is what I was trying to say. I want to see the longevity. I want to see that even if it transfers a little bit, because I have some that transfer a little bit, but they're still really good and they still stay on really good. Y'all know I hate gloss. I really do, but I'm going to have to get one or two just to try it out, just to see. I'm going to go back into that midnight where I went too far up on this side, and I'm just going to fix it. Once this dries down, it is not going to go anywhere. It will transfer a little bit, like when I have to wear my mask today. But my lips will still look really good. I love this brand, and I'm heartbroken that Sarah had such a horrible shipping experience. I'm just interested in the shape of that applicator. And it looks almost like a tulip or a vajayjay, but I'm here for it. I'm here for all of that. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is it. Here's the final look. And I may have to tweak a little bit, but so happy Sunday. I hope that you loved this look. I hope you learned something. If you did, comment what your favorite thing or what you learned was, because that would be awesome. Again, I am not a freaking makeup artist, but I just love makeup. And this was super fun, and it's my first Valentine's Day look. So here it is. Love yourselves. Love each other, and have an amazing freaking Sunday, and I'll see you the next time that I see you. Bye.